Welcome back to Day 1, Section 4. We're still here looking at our account and our profile. And what I'd like to do is this, actually. I moved on to one screen over. What I'd like to do is this. I want to talk a bit about your profile, just so you know. This part is critical. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk again about it tomorrow in our very first session. But I want to go ahead and go over the basics for you right now. The most important part of this is simply this. You're on Odesk. Your profile is you. It's how people judge you. It's how people look at you and they get their first impression of you. And ultimately, a lot of times it determines, especially as you're starting out, whether you get hired or not. And so I really want you to spend time developing the profile into a powerful and effective marketing tool. And so a couple things to keep in mind is this. It's difficult to make a first impression, to take back a first impression. So, what kind of impression would impress buyers? What are they looking for? The first thing that they're looking for, just so you know, is they want to manage their risk. They want a safe bet. So everything that you put in your profile, from your picture down to your rate, down to your education, everything you can possibly think of needs to exude the concept of there are no doubts. You can be confident in choosing me. The second thing that they want to feel when the buyers look at you is they want to feel successful. They want to be smart or feel smart. Like when I chose Jack Pepper, I feel I made a smart move. That was the best decision I could have made. And you want to, again, in everything you write down, you want to exude that confidence. And so let's walk through some of the specifics. Overall, the profile, very similar to a resume. It's similar to get confused. And people, when they write their resume, they think it's all about me. I'm writing about me. No, it's not. It's not really about you. What it is what can I do for them? The hiring person, what can I do for you? So everything needs to be very focused, very narrowly focused on, here's what I can do for you. Starts with your title. We've talked about that already. It needs to be something that's attention-getting, that exudes confidence, and it's not kind of boring or bland or fits in with the crowd. You really need that first thing to stand out. You need to upload a portrait. Having a face with your profile is critical. Just a faceless profile doesn't do anyone any good, especially if you can use it as a tool. I don't care what you feel you look like or how good or bad. I don't care if you're a supermodel or not. Have a good photograph with you smiling, looking professional and clean cut. That kind of is engaging and likable. I'm not sure. I will say with a caveat, I am not sure I accomplished that with my photograph, but I want to give you an example of the process. It's very easy to upload information into Odesk, and just that it's incredibly valuable to have a photograph on Odesk. So mine should pop up in a second. There it is. Here I am. See, I'm smiling. I got a nice collared shirt on, and look, there's books in the background. I must be smart, right? That's the message I'm communicating to my potential employers. I am smart. You can be confident. Your hourly rate, we can talk more about that. We will talk more about that tomorrow. This is a bar that talks about your profile completeness. You really want to start filling this out as much as possible. It'll begin filling up as I fill out the rest of my profile and take some tests. We'll talk more about that as well. And let's see. The Odesk readiness test, we'll go over that briefly in a moment. You'll have to take that in order to start applying. But here's my public profile. Here's my title, how many hours I'm available, and my Odesk ready is yes now. Yours will be no, but we'll talk about that. You can change. You can number of years of experience in your niche. Please fill that out. You just click the edit button, and number of years of experience is right here. You can fill it out. Let's say I have 12 years experience. My English, I'm fluent in both written and verbal. That's actually a very powerful one. I'm going to put a 4 instead of a 5 because, I need my spell check. And then your objective, here's example. You can find examples of good ones and bad ones. It should, again, be customer focused. Here's what I can do for you. Here's what I've done in the past that proves what I can do for you. All right, keep going down. Portfolio project. If you are a technical person, a web designer, a programmer, or if you're a creative person, an artist of some sort, a graphical designer, you can put examples of your portfolios. It's cool because you can put titles of it, you can upload files, you can actually put URLs to pages or projects that are online. Very powerful. Please fill that in. Employment history. Obviously, it's just like a resume. You're starting from your last position that's relevant to the one furthest back. In other words, relevant, if you're going to be a customer service person, only put down customer service jobs. Don't put down, you were a camp instructor for a kids camp 15 years ago. It may not be relevant. If you don't have a lot of great employment, I suggest even start with volunteering, something that helps build this out. Real easy, just click on the add button. Certifications. You'll have two boxes for certifications. One is boxes specifically for tests on Odesk. Odesk has dozens, maybe hundreds of tests you can take. Some are interpersonal, like business, like do you know phone etiquette? Do you have internet etiquette? Do you know how to use Microsoft Word? Do you know how to sell? Do you know how to do this? Others are very technical. Look, Adobe, Act, accounting, they'll have Java tests. So they have a lot of tests in here, which is a powerful tool because these will show up in your profile to convince people, I'm really good at this. Look, I scored a 97% on the Odesk business test. I scored a 98% higher than the vast majority of people on my, let's say, Microsoft Word test. It speaks volumes. I want you to take a lot of these. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. Other certifications you get outside in classes, please fill that in. By the way, on your education, I will say one thing. Put the most you possibly can. Even if you went to some college and took a few classes, put that. And just put ongoing or whatever in terms of when you finished it. Because you want people to know what you've done. It doesn't matter that you didn't get a master's degree. If you took some graduate level courses, put them in there. Skills, even if they're self-taught, put skills that might be relevant to your job. Self-taught, let's say sales-based training, online training, whatever you put that in there. Categories, I'll show you what this is. This is what you filled out earlier about what you wanted to do and be recognized on Odesk for. Again, I encourage you to narrow this down. Don't try to, put so many things that it actually dilutes your efforts. Let's see. Finally, categories. Other experiences. Whether you're an Eagle Scout, whether you're a black belt, anything that would be cool or create a sense of likability or help you get the job, then by all means, please do that. I want to talk, basically close out with a couple things. First of all, let's do the Odesk readiness test. You go to My Tests, right over here, and say I've taken this 3 times. So I'm going to run through this for you real quick in the time we have left. You have to take this. You got to get it, and you have to get it 100%. It's 11 questions. You have an hour to do it. It's an open book test. What this allows you to do is post for more jobs, apply for more jobs. Okay. I actually skipped a step, which is I forgot to download the Odesk client, which you need to do. I'll show you how to do it in a second. Matter of fact, the reason I have to do that is because there's one question based upon the Odesk client. Now, I know the answer to this is A. The word is Team Room. You don't. This is not meant for you to copy, but if it helps you, then feel free to take it. It is open desk. See this link right here? If I don't know how to answer the question, I click on this link and it takes me to the page to find the answer to the question. But I think you'll quickly find a pattern here. How does feedback work on Odesk? The answer is D, all of the above. Which of the following is true about Odesk? D, all the above. How do you get guaranteed payment? All of the above. Limits, how do they work? E, all of the above. User agreement, how do you violate that? All of the above. Team application, all of the above. I'm not sure about these. I haven't taken this in a while, but okay, can I start my own company on Odesk? Yes, you can. We'll talk about that in a later module, how to make even more money. Which is true about Odesk fees? All of the above. Whoops, all of the above. Which is not allowed? All of the above. And one more, because we're running out of time. is all of the above. Let's see how I did. And there we go. I got a 100% congratulations, I passed. I'm going to continue without providing feedback. Okay. And there you have it. You can go back to your profile. I want you to spend significant time doing that. We'll come back and cover a few more topics in more detail, like tests and how to get your payments. But for now, that is it. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.